got a bit of a funny story for this one, and it's something that not even AI could make up. So some of you guys have pointed out and been made known that the Ranger's glass, which is just behind me over here, has been broken for some time now. Yes, we broke that on our first day of the Perth to Melbourne trip that we did of a 3-week leg at the end of 2024. So today's video, I'm going to run through what actually happened and what was damaged. We're going to run through the repair process, what that looked like in terms of insurance, booking an assessment, all that kind of good stuff, through to getting it fixed. We're then going to talk about the after repair process, I should say, and what you do if you have issues with that. Before finally coming around to the end, we're going to loop back and we're going to go from open to close, and I'm going to explain exactly how long this repair process took. You can tell me in the comments if I'm being too particular about some of the things here, but I personally think this took way too long to get fixed. Strap yourself in, get yourself a nice cold beverage, let's get cracking. So I've tried to do this video 3 or 4 times now, and each time I do, something else happens to the glass, so I've put it off as long as I can, but today is the day. I'm hoping this is the last time because I don't have many stickers left with the amount of times that I've replaced it on the glass. So let's hope that this is the last time that I have to do this recording. As you've seen, we've smashed the Canopy glass on day 1 of our 3-week trip from Perth to Melbourne, back at the end of 2024 in December when we did the trip. So we did a temporary fix in a Bunnings car park in Victoria. It was Ballarat off memory, where we got a bit of marine ply, we slapped it onto the back of the car, and I thought that'll be all right for a month or 2 until we get back and we can get this repaired. I was not anticipating that one bit of marine ply to last me 7 months and coming on and off the car multiple times once it went in to get repaired. So let's go over what we did there, because we had no idea how long this repair process was going to take and how many issues that we'd encountered during the process. So, as I said this before, I couldn't make this story up if I tried. Just got the call that I've been hanging out for. So, Ranger went in to get repaired from Homes Panel and Paint 5, 6, 7 business days. She's ready for pickup. So, Ranger is all clear, all clean. She's going to come right back here, guys. Not there because the dog's there, but right here. All right, let's go pick the old girl up. She's all paid for. We're about to get in this girl and drive her home, and then we can have a look and see what this looks like. I'm one happy man. That's friggin' sick. So much better than what it was before, but I'll show you when we get home. Ah, hello, old girl. Oh, that never gets old. Ranger's had a bit of a birthday. The 2 doors I got resprayed because the clear coat was coming off. I've had the bonnet back to bare metal, and guys have resprayed that as well. I'll drop some footage here now of where I took footage when I picked it up and I had it in the sun. It looks Mickey Mouse, right? So 2 doors resprayed, bonnet resprayed, and the back repaired. She's good to go now for the next trip. We are just waiting for one minor piece to get fixed, which is the guys didn't have the spoiler when it needs to get repaired. So I opted for them to do the glass regardless, because I wanted to get rid of the board on the back and I wanted to lock this up again. So we've got the glass on here now, so I do have to take it back and get the spoiler fitted. So the guys have got all the cabling and stuff out in the corner here. That's all that's left. That and the central locking isn't working at the moment, but they'll fix that when it goes back as well. So what I did notice with this one is the rubber strip that's here. Obviously mine flattened out over time and did some funky stuff, but what this rubber actually did was it rubbed through the paint cover down to the primer and the metal on the tailgate. And what I've noticed this time, and I'll see if the camera will pick it up, but it's actually got a protective film. So you might see that here, my fingers rubbing. It's got just a bit of a protective cover. It's kind of like the stuff you get when you do your bonnet protectors and bits like that. But like where my 2 fingers are, that is a strip of plastic now to stop the paint rubbing, is my assumption. So after we got the car back the first time from the panel beaters with the tailgate done and the first glass replacement done, yes, the first glass replacement done. So we were going away for a trip and I went down to the shops and I had the car loaded, but I couldn't lock the canopy. Couldn't lock it with the central locking on the remote, and I couldn't key lock it either because the key wasn't working. I'd twist it and I could still open the door. Called up the canopy manufacturer directly and I just said, hey, you guys fixed my Ranger a few weeks ago. I can't use the key fob to central lock it and I can't key lock the back canopy glass either. What's the deal? The guys told me to bring the car back to their workshop and that they would get the boys on it and have a quick look, and shouldn't be more than an hour's worth of effort to get that fixed, right? So we went to Canopy to their workshop and we dropped the car off. I then went down to the cafe because it was only going to be an hour. 2.5 to 3 hours later, I got the phone call to come pick the car up. And what they'd done is actually just tightened up the locking mechanism. Apparently it was a bit loose and it didn't want to play the game. So that then worked. I checked it before we left. The central locking did not work because the power runs through the spoiler, or they needed the spoiler to connect the power, either because it's got a little tail light here. So the wiring harness didn't give any power to the actuator, which is why the central locking wasn't working. So long as I had a mechanism to close the car, I was happy with that, and we left it there and I drove home. That afternoon, I went to go out to run some errands, and as you'll see in the footage below, this is what I saw when I looked through my back window as I was leaving my driveway the same day these guys adjusted the lock. I don't know if it is what I think it is. I really hope it's not, because if it is, then I'm going to be very, very, very annoyed. Hint, it's right there. I noticed when I had a look back, leaving our estate on my way out to where I am now, that the back looked very frosted. Now, it's going to be one of two things that's doing that. I'm hoping that it's just water on the inside or a change in temp. Otherwise, the glass is gone again. So let's go and have a look. I don't know if you can see that, but let me show you. Now the glass is out, I'm going to take off the two gas struts. I'm also going to loosen that off and get the glass out, loosen that one off and get the glass out, and then take off that gas strut as well. And I've still got, I'm pretty sure I've still got it, the board up in the corner right at the back there. It's got to come back out and see if it'll fit. So now the hinges are off. The next step is to get the gas struts off. So what I'll show, I don't know if any of you have taken gas struts off before, but I'll show you how I do them. Easy. If you did otherwise need to do it, I think you can twist off one of the ends, but that is by far the easiest way to do it. So yeah, as you can tell, that was the second glass, so the original glass is gone. That was the first replacement glass that smashed when they adjusted the lock. So naturally, I jumped on the phone to the Canopy guys. I was like, hey, you had my car yesterday. That day, I went out and I looked in my rearview mirror, and before I'd left my driveway, the glass had shattered. What's the deal? So the guy there actually was very understanding and reasonable and said, look, we have had a few of these glasses, just moving out of the wind. We have had a few of these glasses actually explode on us when we fit them. I think yours was in that batch. I went, well, that doesn't fill me with confidence. Hey, come here. The joys of trying to film when you're out camping with dogs. So I can hear you asking now, with the replacement glass cracked as well, what happens next? Is that a new insurance claim? Do they cover it because they were at fault because they did something here when it broke? What happens next? That is a great question. This is not an additional claim for me on my insurance. I've made one claim. We've agreed that this one is no particular person's fault the second time that it's smashed. But the Canopy company have come to party and agreed that they will pay for this repair. So there should be no out-of-pocket cost for me. That's what I've been advised. This is all verbal at the moment, so we're about to find out now. I've just rocked up. We're about to find out now if that is going to be the case. The spoiler's here. Hopefully the glass is here. I actually didn't check before we rocked up, so we're going to find out now if the Ranger is going to get fixed today before we head away for the weekend tomorrow. All right, let's go find out. All right, so by this point, you're probably wondering, how long did this take to get repaired fully and what actually happened? So, got it in front of me. The first brake was done on the 20th of December 2024, with the first repair being done in May of 2025. This then broke again in June 2025 and was repaired in July 2025, hopefully the last time. The total repair time from the date the insurance claim was made to the end of repair was 193 days. The total time after the bodywork, so the bonnet and tailgate was done, was 84 days to get repaired, which left a total time from breakage to complete fix of 224 days total. Let me know in the comments below, what's the longest repair time you've had to wait for your car to get fixed? And most importantly, were you happy with the result? Have I overreacted and am I unreasonable by having to wait nearly 200 days to get my car completely fixed? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. And until the next video, I'll see you in the next one.